Welcome, friend. Guess what? You don't have to be an astrologer to use astrology in your business, right? Mind blown. In fact, some of the most profitable ways to work with the stars have nothing to do with readings at all. So today I'm going to cover 10 ways of how to make money with astrology. So let me get into that. So you know what the deal is. So let's turn your cosmic knowledge and curiosity into income without giving a single reading. So, this here is a little bit of a background for you. The astrology industry is experiencing massive growth, and obviously, right, we also have major planetary activation bringing forth more of this astrological interest, such as Pluto moving into Aquarius, as well as other astrological transits that have really brought about more of this awakening energy or getting more into the spiritual woo realm of things. And so the global astrology market, friends, is valued at $14.3 billion in 2024, and it's projected to reach as high as $27 billion by 2035. So that's not really far from now, and that's a double, almost double in amount of how much it's going to grow. And the astrology app market, for example, is growing at 20% annually, expected to triple by 2030. And this information comes from some of it from the Allied Market Research Company. And if you see here, there's a little graph that I shared with you to understand who is this market. So we're talking about 30% of adults consult astrology at least once per year, at least. And millennials and Gen Zs drive engagement, the majority of this through social media platforms. And there's this market shift that's happening from predictions to more alignment, strategy, and self understanding. So it's not just being used of like, tell me what's going to happen in the future. We're moving more into the space of how can I improve my blah, 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 my business, my life, my relationships, my career, so on and so forth. Excuse me, friends. And so this is the red here shows you who the data from 2021 versus 2031. So Gen Z versus Millennial, Gen X, and the Boomers. You can see there's a huge group here that's growing in Millennials and Gen X, but also in Gen Z and Boomers. And what does this say? So to me, this gives us an opportunity to step into a market that is can be very profitable, right? For especially for those that want to bring in astrology into their realm, whether that's oriented, whether that's an astrological business completely, or if they're adding astrology into already what they're doing, or the third option would be that astrology is one that is guiding your business development. And I think you should do obviously at least that and then move on to the others. And so this opportunity here is adding astrology as a lens, not a replacement for your skills. This could be the lens through which you see how to best optimize your business, but also how to add astrology into your business as an offering to other things that you're already providing. So there's two audiences here, folks. There are the creators using astrology for alignment, as well as the creators that are adding astrology to their business as an income. And so they're here, what I'm proposing is that your unique expertise and your astrological insights, whether that's just a beginner, right? We all start somewhere. And but I'm proposing is that you start with your expertise, what you already know, and then add the layer of astrology to really give you that competitive advantage. So focus on application, not just into interpretation, like how they could apply it into their lives. And then bridging that cosmic insight with real world results. So, what does that look like? What are the different ways? So, the 10 ways that I mentioned that I would share with you all. So, let me back up before I continue any further. So, rewinding. So, my name is Carolina. I'm the founder of Cosmic Clarity Lab, where I help creators and entrepreneurs like yourself use their cosmic blueprint to build brands, content, income streams that are actually aligned with who you are, with who they are. And today I'm sharing these 10 ways that you can make money with astrology, whether you're an astrology expert or just someone who wants to weave in this cosmic wisdom into what you already do. Now, why, right? Why wouldn't we want to do that? So, one way of doing this is most people at this moment are still stuck in the way of keeping astrology separate. And so most creators think astrology only belongs in horoscope blogs or mystical Instagram accounts. But the reality, folks, is that astrology is a lens you can apply to almost any niche, whether that's wellness, productivity, entrepreneurship, personal development, even parenting or creativity. Instead of creating generic content about how to be more productive, for example, you could teach people how to align their content calendar with the lunar cycle or help others understand their chart's natural rhythm for launching, resting, and creating. I do that. You can do that too. The more the merrier, right? There isn't a limit to how many people can be doing this. Yes, you can obviously continue to offer readings. I do, but I'm not relying all of my income in becoming one thing. I am diversifying. Now, there are individuals out there who only want to do reading, and there's nothing wrong with that, friend. If you're just starting out and you don't know how to use astrology to build my business, then definitely join Cosmic Clarity Lab because it will help you get going and moving in that direction. All right, so one of the ways that you could do this, obviously, is to create more personalized, specialized content that can help your audience. So if you're a wellness blogger, you could explore rituals or foods inspired by the element for that particular uh, profile that you're featuring, right? So it could be energizing habits for fire signs or grounding ones for earth signs. You could be a business coach and help write. You could write something that is speaking to marketing strategies by rising sign. Do you need to be an expert in astrology to speak to that? No. You could become just enough to help share because you are the marketing expert, right? The key is to weave astrology into your existing expertise and not replace it. You become the bridge between that cosmic blueprint and that cosmic insight into real world application. And so, a quick win, if you're a beginner, is start by tracking the moon phases and sharing how they affect your energy, your creativity, or your business decisions. And your audience will feel the resonance immediately of what you're doing. Excuse me. And I'm back. I'm sorry. It's scary. So, the next way of doing this. All right, I'm back. So, the next way that you could make money with astrology is newsletters and podcasts. Why? Well, let me tell you, friend, that with the transit of Uranus in Gemini, we are only going to see more proliferation and different ways of communicating and sharing knowledge. Newsletters and podcasts will grow, right? It is such a great way to deliver specific and very targeted information to an audience. And they're booming. If you haven't noticed that, they're getting bigger and bigger. We have platforms like Substack, Medium, Beehive, and the whole newsletter realm, as well as hosting your own, which I recommend you do. And then there's the podcasting part. Do some starting in YouTube, and start from there and let that populate elsewhere. Why YouTube? Because YouTube is one of the biggest search engines out there, and you can do both, right? It offers video. You don't have to do a video. You could actually do audio as well. So there's a little ways of doing this. And so, with this particular angle, astrology gives you a built in content calendar that literally writes itself. You can choose to focus on what's happening in the stars to help influence the work that you're doing. So, maybe you create weekly newsletters about the hustle culture and productivity, but with a twist. Every week you include an astrological forecast. This week, blah, blah, blah. Mercury's in Virgo, so it's time to organize your systems. So the main thing is to target your audience. Don't be like all over the world. Be very specific on who you're talking to and develop the angle, the content specifically to them. So if you're in the realm of wellness, you could launch a podcast that speaks to wellness by the stars, interviews with wellness practitioners, and diving deeper into a little bit of their astrology, but more about the wellness piece because that's your expertise. Write a newsletter about cosmic body wisdom, how different signs experience and care for their bodies. Maybe you are fully into the astrology piece and now also adding the body wellness piece. Perfect. It doesn't say you can't do and then do the other, right? Any which way that you approach it, where you're adding astrology, is such a great marketing and business differentiator. So, people love recurring content that helps them plan their week, their month, their year. Astrology gives you that strategy, that structure, and it keeps people coming back. And you can monetize through sponsorships, paid subscriptions, or affiliate links to tools and resources that you recommend. All right, so what's another great thing that you could do? And we talked about the monetization methods, sponsorships from aligned brands, paid subscriptions for premium or early access, affiliate partnerships. Key benefits would be recurrent content structures, building loyal community for yourself, cosmic events that provide natural content, topics and hooks. It helps audiences plan their week, their month, and year. And how about a third idea? So the third idea would be astrology merchandise. If you haven't noticed this, but this is one of the big things on Etsy. I recently bought myself a keychain that had this all blingy pink, and it was the symbol of Cancer because I'm a Cancer sun. So it's a fun one. I love this astrology themed merchandise. Now be mindful, right? Like you could go all the way from repurposing to custom to mass. Like there's so many ways of going about this. One of my favorite people out there that is creating astrology aligned products is Sphere and Sundry, and I will provide the link along for a coupon code for $10 off if you're interested in diving into that realm. So we're talking in this particular area here. It could be jewelry, prints, planners, mugs, tote bags, you name it. Go into Etsy, type in astrology mug, and you will see all the possibilities of what you could do. Anything that combines motivational messaging with that zodiac flair is a winner. All right. Look at all this jewelry examples that are out there. I see it all the time, and people are not going to stop buying it. I don't see that happening. But get creative. Come up with your own flair. Do not reuse the same, oh gosh, what I see, the same art over and over. Come up with your own version of the zodiac glyphs. They don't have to be the same as everybody else's. You can come up with your own cursive flair. You can come up with your own version of animals. I did that. I have my own Etsy shop. If you're interested, just comment and let me know, and I'd happy to share the link. But Most part, I want you to focus on what your unique flavor is. So the beauty of this model is that you don't need to be that astrology expert. You just need to understand what resonates with each sign and create designs that feel personal and empowering. A line of planners with moon phase tracking built in, zodiac inspired affirmation cards, enamel pins that say powered by Aries energy or manifesting like a Taurus, whatever they are. But whatever you do, do not create something that is not astrologically attuned. Please don't do that. Make sure that you create something that is astrologically accurate and unique and stands out based on your flavor, your own style. You can use print on demand platforms like Printful, and you can use Etsy for selling. So there's no real inventory risk here to try and test something out, but have a plan and make sure you're not just like buying things from Temu and then reselling. Boo. That's like no bueno. Like, use your brain a little bit, use your creativity. And if you already have an audience, you can test designs and see what sells with them. So this is perfect for creatives who love design but don't want to do that one-on-one client work. And I've seen some really beautiful ideas out there from individuals like Sphere and Sundry, but also artists who have taken their love of astrology and turned their creativity into a whole new business that's never been seen before. So I am confident that you can do this. And by the way, I have a freebie that you can access that will help you map your astrology attuned offer using your astrology and numerology. So test that out and see how that works for you. Okay, so the fourth way here is affiliate marketing. Um, so affiliate marketing is an area that really remains untapped. Most people leave it, don't really go full force on it because they feel uncomfortable sharing or they don't know how to share. And by the way, if you're interested, I do have a GPT that can help you do that. I'll leave the link for that as well as a few things. So use the astrological framing to help you transform like the standard recommendation out there into more personalized guidance worth following for individuals, right? So recommend products through cosmic lens for higher conversion, things like astrology software, books, wellness products, productivity tools, courses. You can promote me. I have an affiliate program. Another link at the bottom. In fact, I'm going to do a little list here for me because I know my brain's going to be like, I forgot. So, oops, sorry, friends. I tend to just do these videos and I don't do a lot of editing. So, if you don't like that, I apologize. So, I'm going to put that on here that I want to do the affiliate link. Freebie, obviously. All right. So, passive income through content you're already creating is a beautiful way of generating income for yourself. Bring in recommendations that are aligned with you, that feel more authentic with what you are promoting. If this is something that you're interested in, then share it. And then earn commissions while providing genuine value to your audience. So there's many things you could do here, my friend. It's a matter of looking for them. So I will include my link for my affiliate program. You can promote my courses, my membership, and they all pay out really great. And there's plenty there. You could also do, for example, the top books for blah, blah, blah based on their zodiac sign. You know, top books for wellness, for Taurus risings, top books for readers that are blah, blah, blah. You get the picture. Influence it with a little bit of astrology and you get moving. Now, what I want you to think about is what is it you're passionate about that you can add that astrological lens to. You can earn commissions on many things. Astrology software tends to be a little bit trickier. I mention it, but I'm hoping in the future that others will actually provide affiliate programs. Many of them don't. And I'm looking to find them. And when I do, I'll add them here. But I know they're going to be developing more and more and more. All right. So, and if you're already creating content, then just add it on. Okay. So, another way of earning money through astrology is by co hosting and collaboration. So, strategic partnerships help to amplify your reach by positioning astrology as that differentiating factor. Okay. Again, how to stand out, how to be different out there. So, one of the smartest way to grow your reach and income is to collaborate with people in adjacent niches. So that would be coaches, designers, wellness practitioners, spiritual guides, me. You bring me astrology, we can always collaborate. But I'm there's many ways for us to collaborate, friend. We are never in competition. So they bring their expertise, you bring in yours. You combine them, you together, you create something neither of you could do alone. Co-host a workshop with a business coach where you teach the brand strategy by birth chart, or perhaps you partner with someone that is a graphic designer to offer astrology inspired brand kits. Team up with a wellness practitioner for a retreat that blends breathwork, nutrition, and cosmic timing. I mean, cosmic nutrition, I would say. There's the beauty of this model is that you're not the only one promoting. You're using someone else's, you're collaborating with someone else, not using, you are collaborating. You're tapping into their audience and they're tapping into yours. It's a win win situation, but make sure that you do your part, friend, okay? And astrology becomes that extra edge, the thing that makes your collaboration stand out in sometimes a crowded market. Although I don't really believe totally in crowded markets, I think at the end there's plenty for all of us. We just need to learn how to tap into our unique voice. All right, so the sixth place here, let me put myself over here. And before we go on, we're almost halfway through, and I'd love to hear from you. Which of these ideas feels most aligned with your birth chart? Do any of them feel like you're like, oh, this is something that I could do? If you don't know, drop in the comment, and I'd be happy to share a link for you to generate your birth chart, and I can guide you a few tips on where to look. But if you do know a little bit about your birth chart, drop a comment below and let me know. I love seeing how creatives bring astrology to life in their businesses. If this has been helpful so far, I would love to hear. All right, so let's move on to the next one. Workshops and webinars. You know, workshops and webinars are one of the most profitable ways to share your knowledge, and astrology makes them really irresistible. You're not just teaching people how to brand themselves or plan their year, you're teaching them how to do it in alignment with their cosmic blueprint. You could create a workshop for your yoga practice, such as elemental yoga, balancing fire, earth, air, water, whatever, into their practice. You get the picture, right? You're the yoga instructor, or perhaps you're the new astrologer that also has yoga background. Whatever those angles may be, you can do this, friend. You can charge anywhere from $27 for a single webinar to 500 for a multi-day, 500 plus for a multi-day retreat. It could be as low key, low effort to as high end as you want. And the best part is that you're blending your passion of astrology or your curiosity of astrology with conventional expertise, your expertise, business strategy, branding, personal development. Maybe you're an artist, whatever that may be, you're appealing to a wider audience at this point. And people don't just want information, they want transformation at this point. They want to see change in their lives. And this is a way, my friend, that you can help them reach those goals in life. And astrology gives you that framework to deliver that. All right. So, what's another way? Digital products is not going to come as a surprise, I hope, or maybe it will. Digital products is another big category, and it spans all the way from B2B to B2C, right? In everything that I've shared from here in this 10 ways can be in any lens. Your audience could be the consumer, your audience could be a business owner. So take my ideas and look at them from both sides because it could be any of those for you. So the digital products realm is this ultimate passive income stream engine. And astrology can help you give you this endless options of what to create, right? You can focus on zodiacs. You can focus on lunar phases. You can focus on um, astrology and herbology. You can focus on medical astrology, and you can focus on natal astrology. There's many ways of looking at this, and these products can look like, for example, report templates, goal trackers, planners, workbook, checklists, all infused with astrological guidance. A moon phase planning kit, for example, with templates for each lunar phase in cycle 4, a creator, for a mom, for a artist. You get the picture. The audience will change based on your expertise and what you're trying to do. And so these products solve a specific problem and give people a quick win. They're low cost to create and easy to deliver, and you can sell them on repeat. It's what I do, and I think you should too. You can price them anywhere from like $1, $2, to 47.97, whatever, right? It all is a matter of what you're creating, depending on the depth and the value. And once you create them, they work for you 24/7. So start with one simple product like a moon phase tracker and test it with your audience and see what resonates, then expand from there. So, birth chart analysis elevates creative services. So, personalized branding services is what I am proposing here for way number 8. If you're a copywriter, brand strategist, designer, astrology can become your secret weapon, friend. Instead of offering generic branding packages, you offer personalized branding based on your client's birth chart. You're not just choosing colors and fonts, you're choosing them based on their energetic signature. Example, a Sagittarius entrepreneur might be bold, adventurous branding, whereas a Cancer business owner might get something more nurturing, community-focused messaging. A Capricorn might get something slick, authoritative design. You get the picture. You're using astrology as a subtle influence, not the sole feature. It's the why behind your creative decisions, and clients love that depth. So, this works for copywriting, interior design, website design, even social media strategy. You're helping people build brands that feel like them because they're literally designed for them. And you can charge, pretty much premium rates because this is custom, high touch work. All right, and then we're almost there, friends. Number 9. Number 9, ebooks and courses. This falls in line with the digital products part, but it's a little bit more than that because when you're creating something like an ebook, you are building something a little bit bigger than, say, like a planner, a checklist, right? And same with e-courses. So these are powerful because they let you teach at scale. And when you blend astrology with a broader themes, personal growth, business strategy, creativity, you're expanding that reach, right? We talked about that. You're not just teaching astrology, you're teaching people how to use that astrology as a lens for transformation. And depending on your focus, it may be just a small sliver. It doesn't need to be the whole thing. So, an e-course, for example, Living in Lunar Flow, a 28-day course on moon cycle alignment, for example, or an ebook, Cosmic Self-Care, Building Rituals That Actually Fit Your Life. And by the way, friend, I have two memberships. I have a consumer membership called Unveil Path Circle that helps individuals who want to use astrology for personal growth, as well as the Cosmic Clarity Lab for individuals who are business owners who want to use astrology for their business. So there's, like I did, there's many ways of doing this and many ways of coming up with ways of how to tap into astrology as the differentiator, as the focus for making money. Now, these, of course, could range these courses from 27 to 297 or up, depending on the depth and delivery. And once they're created, they're basically evergreen income for you. So start with a mini ebook or a short course, something you can create in a weekend and test it with your audience. All right, so we're coming to the very last one. It's my favorite one, and this would be published works such as books and card decks. Why? Because at the end of the day, we all like things we want to touch. So I love writing. I love creating tangible things and touching tangible products. So if you do too, then consider publishing a book or creating a card deck, such as an oracle deck or an affirmation deck. Though these are easy ways. In fact, have a course that teaches you your big three, and then from that, create your own oracle deck. See how that I weave that in? You can do the same. So books and decks give you authority, credibility, and a product you can also sell forever. And when you fuse astrology with that, with mindset, productivity, self-care, motivation, you create something that appeals to, again, a wider audience than when you normally already have. Does it need to be the focus of your business? No. I mean, this could be like a segment, right? A book called, for example, Astrology for Overthinkers. Wouldn't that be awesome? For anxious, analytical people who want to use astrology as a tool for self understanding and decision making without the whole woo woo overwhelm. This would be a great way of using astrology. You can self publish on Amazon, work with a traditional publisher, or crowdfund your initiative through Kickstarter. Once it's out there, it becomes a calling card for your brand. So people love physical products they can hold, gift, and return to. And books and decks have a long shelf life, friend. So literally and figuratively. So that is one of the big things. I'll just give you more ideas on how to do this. Amazon, Kickstarter. Um, there's, there's so many other platforms that you could use to get out there. So we are now at the end. So there you have it, 10 ways to make money with astrology that have nothing to do with giving readings. Whether you're a creator who wants to use astrology for alignment or someone who wants to add astrology as an income stream, the possibilities are endless. So your chart is a business map, my friend. It shows the energetic potential your business is designed to express. And if you want to go deeper, if you want to map your voice, your brand, your timing, and your strategy using your chart, that's exactly what we do in Cosmic Clarity Lab. And inside the lab, we turn insight into strategy. We help you build businesses that feel aligned and perform beautifully because it's aligned with your chart, with your energy, with your own cosmic blueprint. Whether you're adding astrology into your existing work or building it's something entirely new from it, that's where the magic begins. And your chart already knows how you're meant to grow, and my job is to help you read it and build from it. So, see you inside the lab. This is the URL here, questmystic.com/membership. Grab my freebie. Check out those links that I've mentioned for becoming an affiliate. You want to earn some money. I've also included other links in there that will help you kick off your business in the right direction using the tools and resources that I have used in my own. So, friend, I am so happy that you have joined me today. Subscribe, leave me a comment. Let me know what excites you in this top 10 and my top 10 of ways of making money with astrology. I would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you, friend, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye.